These video gamers are all alike. First they're telling you how much they love you, and then boom! Another system comes out, and the next thing you know, you're up on the shelf with all the other collectibles.
More and more like it is the new king of all video.
I'm waiting for the new Nintendo Wii to come out.
I got me one.
The Wii is giving gaming a makeover. More social, more intuitive, and more physical.
Thanks, Wii Gaming. Witnesses report seeing a young man methodically destroying every one of their pots and vases.
This is Nintendo DS Lite. This is the hottest portable gaming system out there.
Kids can't put it down, and who can blame them?
It's extremely fun.
All of this stuff is really great. Pick it up and play.
It kind of started out as just a DJing kind of a tool.
This is our Weebot.
It's a new kind of bowling league.
The difference here is that this is really exercise for your brain.
A video game is proving a great way to keep you feeling young.
Nintendo sales are red hot right now. Sales for the popular Wii and the handheld DS game machines are just taking off.
And the Wii is outselling the Microsoft Xbox 360 and the Sony PlayStation.
The amazing, sensational fabulousness.
My name is Reggie, and I am happy. To us, today is more than a press conference or a business meeting. We see today as a celebration. And by that, I don't mean just a celebration for Nintendo, but for all of us. Because we think this E3 marks a conclusive turning point for the video game market, welcoming more players and more opportunity to our form of entertainment. Looking back, E3 here in 2007 may well be seen as a coming out party for an entire industry. The moment when it became finally clear that video games would take their place alongside TV, movies, and music as a staple of leisure entertainment. Why? Because everyone's a gamer. Let me take a minute or two to submit some evidence. Here in America, the world's largest and most competitive market, the video business during the first 5 months of this year is up nearly 50% over the same period in 2006. In the UK, growth is at 42% through the first half of this year. And in some markets on the continent, it's up even more than that. And in Japan, where many of the current industry drivers appeared first, yearly growth is up 114%. That's right, 114%. This kind of explosion simply is not possible by exciting only the existing market. It reveals an expanded market. You know, I've seen audience expansion happen in my own home, and I bet you have too. I offer the DS or a Wii controller to someone who at first says, "No, I don't play those things." And 45 minutes later, I can't get my game back. These are the moments that really matter. And somewhere in the world, these moments happen every minute of every day. Here's some more evidence. First, because after all, this is a Nintendo show, it's not going to surprise you that I report so far this year, exactly 69% of all game industry growth comes directly from the sales of Nintendo products. But let's look beyond that. There are three factors that are driving growth. The first, the steady march of portable play as an increasing share of our gameplay passion. Here, tracking a 5-year period, you can see that home game systems, that top bar, used to represent more than 2/3 of all game system sales. Last year, that dropped to just half. If we break down those bottom bars representing this generation of portable systems, you could see that from 2005 to 2006, Nintendo DS doubled its share of all system sales of any kind. So just to be clear, the majority of that other green bar represents sales of Game Boy Advance. Unquestionably, DS is leading industry growth. And if we add 5 months of results so far in 2007, DS market share is up another couple share points to a full quarter of all hardware sales here in the US. The second point of note is the expansion of appeal to older players. This chart represents all spending for all video game products. In less than a year and a half, players between the ages of 18 and 24 have gained a total of 6 share points, from 15 to 18, and now 21% of all dollar sales. Over that same span, players over the ages of 25 have grown to now account for 1/3 of all revenues. Why is that important? Because this is where potential lives. But is it really possible to reach that older consumer? Well, let's narrow the focus from the total market to look at what's happening to us at Nintendo, again, in just a year and a half. Measuring by all hardware sales, those over the age of 25 have jumped 9 full share points to about 1/4 of all of our purchases. And those 18 to 24 have more than doubled. In such a short period of time, this type of growth is unprecedented. So, on to the third factor, female players. The first bar shows the breakdown for system sales by gender for the entire market. So far this year, for everyone except Nintendo. This 80-20 split between men and women is essentially the law of the industry. It never changes. But let's add another bar. This one for Nintendo only so far here in 2007. The ratio drops from 4-to-1 to just 2-to-1. 1/3 of all of our systems are being bought by women. This too is driving Nintendo's business. In fact, the Nintendo DS may be the beacon that's lighting the way to the future of the entire game industry. And it's not just America. In Japan, where the gaming audience first started to explode, the expansion of older and female audiences is even more pronounced. Now, obviously, Wii hasn't been around long enough to track sales changes to the same degree. But we are analyzing people in households which already own a Wii. Who's playing there? Well, not surprisingly, 95% of all males between the ages of 6 and 24. The core of the games market is still the core of the Wii market. But they're not alone. 2/3 of men between the ages of 25 and 49 in Wii households report playing regularly. And for women in that same age group, 3/4 say they've at least tried it, and 1/3 are regular users. That's a lot of soccer moms. But my favorite is the category for those over 50. For men here, well over half have tried it, and 1 in 8 say they play it regularly. And for their female counterparts, more than 10% are playing regularly. Again, this is another statistic that is almost certainly a first in video game history. Finally, let me describe this conceptually. Industry appeal has always worked the same way. Pitch a game to the core players, and then push appeal as fast and as far as you can. But to Nintendo, there is another way. Software like Nintendogs and the Brain Games and Wii Sports act as satellites in the game universe. They act to pull the total market outward, to include them enlisting brand new players in the process. The man moves from simple push to push-pull, and the market grows. Now, I don't live in a cave. I know what some people are saying. Sure, that's all happening now, but it's just a fad. And you know what? If I were in their shoes, I'd be saying exactly the same thing. But here's the reality. The Nintendo DS worldwide flew by the 40 million sales mark months ago and remains unquestionably the best-selling game system on the planet. And Wii launched 33 weeks ago and has been effectively sold out around the world for all 33 weeks. In fact, considering that current level of demand, Wii is poised to become the #1 worldwide in this generation very soon. The reality is this: Nintendo is not a fad. Nintendo is the future. And it's little surprise that the development community is responding accordingly. In America alone, there are already 60 games in the Wii catalog, and almost 300 for the DS. Between now and the holidays, North American players can expect another 140 titles for the DS, and another additional 100 games for Wii. The development community realizes the opportunity. To date, 14 of the top 20 bestsellers for Wii in America have been from third-party publishers. And third-party sales represent more than half of all unit volume. We are now facing a wonderful new reality. Everyone's a gamer. People who never played games before are playing now. And the very core of the traditional game market is saying, you know what? Wii is for me, too.
Mario, how are we going to get after this one?
Round 1 goes to the Nintendo DS.
You don't swallow these!
Her Highness does nothing but advocate the genocide of our people and our way of life.
Hey, I hear you're gonna go save the princess!
Get ready for the next installment in Nintendo's Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, Super Paper Mario.
We love the Wii. We love the Wii. We love the Wii.
Use the said pretty belt as a twirly loopy-loop, pretty as a little puppy.
Thanks to the Wii Virtual Console, those formative gaming experiences can be relived.
I'm awesome!
Now you're playing with power.
Now, I welcome to the world the first offspring of the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck, the Wii Zapper. On one hand, it's a new housing for both the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck. But the real news is what it represents for gameplay. For some, the Wii Zapper holds the same potential to change the dynamics of first-person shooters as the Wii Remote altered the nature of sports games. And we're not just talking potential here. This week, you'll be able to test Zap, a new Resident Evil from Capcom. Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles. It includes the zombies you've come to love and an Umbrella Corporation stronghold you've never seen before. The Wii Zapper provides a wide variety of weapons, making this Resident Evil both evolutionary and revolutionary. What's even more fun than whack-a-mole? Well, try Zap-a-Zombie. And Capcom is not alone. Sega is bringing the full light gun arcade action of Ghost Squad to Wii. As members of a secret UN anti-terrorism squad, you're going to give those kidnapping and bombing terrorists exactly what they deserve: a good, healthy zap. And EA's Medal of Honor for Wii is built specifically to take advantage of the Wii Zapper. More than 10 different Wii Zapper moves and weapons help you infiltrate Normandy from behind enemy lines. And up to 32 soldiers can combine in multiplayer mode. Other third-party partners will also be talking about their Wii Zapper plans this week. Meanwhile, inside Nintendo, a Wii Zapper project is well along in development. To maximize penetration of this device, we will package the Wii Zapper this year along with our software. And we'll make it available at a manufacturer-suggested retail price of $19.99. Now, what if your weapon of choice is a sword? Well, then you'd probably be looking for the one-of-a-kind Soul Calibur Legends for Wii. From Bandai Namco, it is, in the words of its developers, an immersive experience that presents a unique look in the franchise. Or maybe you prefer to square off with no weapon at all in the ring of World Wrestling Entertainment. It's no holds barred when THQ's WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 body slams to both the DS and Wii. Nintendo DS is also the staging area for one of our industry's legendary franchises. For the first time with Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, Team Ninja is taking an original action title to the DS. And the experience is brand new with stylus in hand. Now, but we know not all core gamers are fighters. Maybe you're deep. For decades, no one has developed deeper storylines than Square Enix. But with Wii, they're marrying that tradition to the unique attributes of the Wii Remote, traversing the lush worlds that Square Enix is known for. You'll be playing this new Dragon Quest early next year. And whether you're old friends with Mario and Sonic or new acquaintances, you've never put them through their paces, as you will with Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Up to 4 players go for the gold, racing from the Olympic track to the Olympic pool. All this should have core gamers fighting each other to get their hands on the controllers. There's one more title I guess I should mention that will turn that fight into an absolute brawl. If you've been following the updates on the Smash Brothers Dojo website, it's a pretty good bet that you can't wait to battle with Giga Bowser. And late last week, you got your first tutorial on how to power up your attack using any of 4 different controller options. Yes, the Smash community is stoked, but when? Well, not next year, not next spring. I can announce today that Smash Brothers Brawl will launch in the Americas on December 3rd. What you'll see and what you'll hear this week is only a beginning. There's a lot more news to come. And trust me, it's the best Smash Brothers ever by far. What this lineup begins to demonstrate is that no matter how active the gamer, there's more than enough action coming to both Nintendo DS and the Wii.
My name is Mike Damiani. I'm currently the webmaster of a Nintendo news site called The Hylia.
My name is Jackie Gowner, and I'm a Wii editor on thehylia.com.
I would like to say we have a more hardcore view of video games. We kind of expect them to be more about gameplay. We expect them to be a little bit more difficult and very rewarding once we complete them.
In terms of the DS, it's like having a cell phone to me. Like, you know, it's one of those things where you have to have it with you.
Well, my impressions of the Wii gaming experience so far, I was like many that were pretty skeptical about it at first. And it was with Wii Sports, basically. That was the game that made me understand what was different about the Wii from other consoles that were on the market at the time.
I think the reason why I'm so connected with Metroid is because Samus is not some damsel in distress, and she's an active person in the game.
It's a really personal experience with the Zelda games because each one of them has its own unique style, yet they all share the same types of gameplay elements that make them so special to everybody. Out of any other game, I get a little bit fanboyish with it.
We've invited the 2 people you just met in that video to join us up here on stage and put a couple upcoming games through their paces. Please join me in welcoming Mike along with Bill Trinan from our Treehouse group.
Thank you, Reggie. Good morning, everybody. Having such a prolific Zelda player on stage here to play Phantom Hourglass for me makes my job a little bit easier, so I'm glad you're here, Mike. I'm sure a lot of you out there think that a all-touch control Zelda game probably means a simpler, trimmed-down experience. Well, think again. The touch-sensitive interface not only revolutionizes the control, it revolutionizes the gameplay itself. You've probably seen Link moving and fighting, and even you know, making a few memos, notes on his map to help him solve a puzzle, as Mike's going to show us here in just a second. And all of this is handled intuitively through the touchscreen. Now, not only is this inviting to the non-gamer, but it provides the hardcore Zelda fan the most tactile Zelda experience to date. When you want Link to move, say, a block, pull a lever, you're moving that block and pulling that lever together with him. And touch control also revolutionizes Link's arsenal of items, like his grappling hook. So Mike's going to be rushing downstairs here really quickly to show us how that works. You may remember the item from The Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass. You use it to swing around, stun enemies. I'm sorry, it was in the Wind Waker. This is Phantom Hourglass. In Wind Waker, you use it to swing around and stun enemies. Here, you're going to use it for grabbing objects, pulling you towards them, actually defeating enemies. You can pull two objects together from a distance. And you can even use it to solve puzzles here. And as you're about to see, you'll use it to walk tight ropes to reach new areas of the game. Just a very quick demonstration there. Boom, boom, boom. So this is how Eiji Aonuma and his team in Japan was able to take advantage of the touch interface to really make the game feel fresh for new and experienced gamers at the same time. This is just one small example of how they've done that. Of course, the game also features everything you could ask for in a Zelda game. A deep storyline, endearing characters, numerous side quests, and much, much more. Now, I've been a Zelda fan for a long time myself, and Phantom Hourglass has fast become my favorite Zelda game ever. And that's not just a bunch of on-stage E3 hyperbole. That is the truth. And Japan agrees, because there, it's one of the fastest-selling Zelda games they've ever had. Between the near-perfect score in Famitsu and the feedback that we've been getting from the 300,000-plus consumers who bought this game during launch week, we're finding that not only are new audiences picking up Zelda for the first time, including, with this game, a very large number of female gamers, but we're also finding that the hardcore are absolutely loving it. Thank you, Mike. Some fantastic gameplay. Next, what I'd like to do is invite Jackie Goner on stage, because I think she makes a much better Samus than I do. So we're going to have Jackie come on and play some Metroid Prime 3 for us. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the gameplay from the Metroid Prime series by now, but with the Wii Remote, Metroid now offers the best first-person control on any console, period. Now, the team at Retro has done a fantastic job of implementing gesture-based controls using the Wii Remote, for everything from flipping switches to using Samus's grapple beam. They've also applied it to Metroid's unique visor system, as Jackie's about to show us. With it, you can switch visors on the fly by simply holding down the minus button and gesturing to a different part of the screen. And just as easily, you can drop back and naturally come back into fighting. It's very simple. As you can see, the Morph Ball is making a return in the game. The area where the control really comes together, though, is in battle. I think Jackie's got a few friends waiting for her just beyond this door. With the Wii Remote, it could not be easier to simply aim and fire at the enemies you encounter. But Metroid Prime 3 takes it one step further, because what the team has done is they've implemented lock-on free aiming. And what that allows you to do is you lock onto a target with the Z button, and that becomes your orbit point. You can strafe around it easily. But unlike past Metroid games, while you're locked on, you still have the ability to aim anywhere on screen that you want. They've also included 3 sensitivity settings. So control is going to feel natural for everyone from a first-time first-person shooter player to PC shooter vets. And since the controls are so good, they lend themselves to intense battles like these. But as you can see, Samus is going to need her hyper mode here in order to handle all of these enemies. What she can do is enter this new state, hyper mode, by injecting an energy tank into her new PED suit. Her weapons become absolutely devastating, but it comes at a price. Staying in hyper mode too long, and she'll become corrupted, entirely corrupted. So players are going to have to balance and juggle ultimate power with the ultimate price. So with revolutionary first-person control and incredibly intense combat, along with everything you've ever loved about Samus, I think you're going to find that Metroid Prime 3 is not just the biggest, first, blockbuster, first-person game you're going to be playing this fall. It's the best. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everyone. Give it back to Reggie.
Thank you, Mike, Jackie, and Bill. Recently, I had a conversation with one of you out there in the audience today. And he said, you know, Reggie, you guys have been talking about this audience expansion thing for a long time. But to be honest, I never really saw it, I never saw it coming. I think about this when we still hear questions about Nintendo getting serious about online. Well, I guess I'd answer, what if we already did and you just didn't notice?
There's probably nothing more fun in this world than playing Mario Kart against a bunch of other people. So it's great. You can do it with Wi-Fi and play games with other people in the area. And it's just a lot of fun to have. And people enjoy that product a lot. Nintendo's great for everyone.
You can chat with your friends.
You can talk to other people from long distance.
Nintendo's Wii console isn't just for games anymore. It'll have its own news service.
Consoles with a broadband internet connection and the Opera web browser will be able to connect to news and photos.
Just like me, I'm so happy.
Today, 5.5 million DS owners have fired up their Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, representing 230 million different gameplay sessions. And combined, those more than 5 million players have yet to spend their first dollar to connect wirelessly. One reporter talking about the DS put it this way: it still amazes me every time I connect with a player halfway around the world. I'm not sure I'm ready to have the planet in the palm of my hand. I couldn't say it better myself. Beyond DS Wi-Fi Play, the virtual console feature of the Wii channel menu has already delivered more than 5.6 million game downloads. The catalog of those classic titles already stands at 112. Wii has put a distinctive stamp on online connections using a home console. We've also announced to our development partners what we're calling WiiWare. This is the overarching term for creating unique, standalone content to be downloaded to the Wii via the Wii Shop channel, beginning next year. And today, I can announce a new channel, one devoted specifically to the phenomenon known as Miis. Called Check Me Out, you can enter Miis you've created and have them voted on by fellow creators. You can find ones designed by your friends or search through the most popular. Even take home the ones you like best. Additionally, there'll be contests and promotions. For example, creating Miis based on certain real-life celebrities. Despite all of this, I can just sense what some of you are thinking. Sure, but will Nintendo ever get serious about real online gaming? Well, the complete Wii gamer is already using Nintendo Wi-Fi connection to battle their Pokémon online, and using their DS portables as a controller and as a source of exportable creatures to Pokémon Battle Revolution. Players in America will also soon be competing online with the world's most hyperactive soccer title, Mario Strikers Charged, on a pitch that stretches from coast to coast. But I know you want more, so let's go. No matter which form of football you prefer, EA Sports will have you going at it online this fall. Madden NFL 08 is the first realistic sports game taking advantage of Wii Online, letting you square off live across the line of scrimmage against friends, even if they're snowbound in Green Bay. FIFA Soccer 08 features EA Sports award-winning online interactive leagues, as well as adding a new party mode, which will have you using your own Me to compete against Ronaldinho in a series of skill tests. From Square, Dragon Quest Monsters Joker for DS is a breakout title that combines the depth of a Dragon Quest RPG and the immersion of a monster-catching adventure. You'll be battling online via the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. And the introduction of Activision's Guitar Hero 3 Legends for Wii means that you can now rock into the wee hours conducting an online Battle of the Bands with an exclusive wireless Les Paul guitar controller. All of this should at least suggest that we're serious about letting you show your stuff online. But I have one more announcement that should prove our case. Gentlemen and ladies, start your engines, because Mario Kart for Wii starts burning rubber around the world online in the first quarter of next year. This is not your father's Mario Kart, because now you'll be racing against rivals around the world in real time. And for the first time, that includes online multiplayer battle mode. We also think that more racers means more fun. How many more? Well, stay tuned. And this is also the Mario Kart where a first-timer can immediately stay bumper to bumper with a kart veteran. That's because of a variety of control choices, including a franchise first, a custom Wii wheel that makes its debut with Mario Kart for Wii. Like the Wii Zapper, this custom steering wheel has the potential to level the track for beginners while offering a new feel even if you first started racing with Mario Kart 15 years ago. And like the Wii Zapper, the Wii wheel will come packaged with Mario Kart software. So, to recap, the purpose of the Wii Zapper and the groundbreaking control of Metroid and the introduction of WiiWare and the online option from Madden to Kart, all this makes games feel fresh again, no matter how long you've been playing. However, it's obvious the key to industry expansion is making games irresistible, even to those who've never played before.
The big favorite among this group, virtual bowling on the hottest new game gadget, the Nintendo Wii.
Think video games are just for kids? Think again how the Wii is getting a Dallas retirement home moving.
The most surprising thing about this new technology is this video game appeals to all ages.
I hadn't ever done anything with, video games, so didn't think I was interested in it, but this is definitely okay.
The Nintendo DS Lite's a pretty good placeholder. The dual screen that it's known for, they slimmed it down from the original DS.
Just here doing some Japanese homework with a little help from my DS Lite and its kanji dictionary.
We have a toddler who plays tennis on the Nintendo Wii game. He's very good at it. Take a look. 22 months old.
almost 18 years now, nobody can seem to beat Nintendo. What's the deal?
They know how to build handhelds ever since the first Game Boy.
Nintendo courted alpha moms before launching its Wii gaming system for kids.
They were very, very smart about putting the Wii, you know, at these mom nights at hotels around the country.
What we've talked about so far today are products aimed squarely at the bullseye of the game market. So let's widen the focus and look at what comes next for the mass market. To do that, please join me in welcoming Nintendo's worldwide president, Mr. Satoru Iwata.
Good morning. Thank you for spending time with us today. I played my first video game 30 years ago. In those days, there were not many gamers. So, from the start, I thought it would be wonderful if someday everyone could find the same enjoyment I was having. But to do this, we would have to respond with new proposals and tangible products. So far, we are seeing some positive results. Petting puppies and training your brains. These new proposals for your DS are appreciated by many different people. And with Wii, when people start to sweat while playing tennis, right, in their own living rooms, well, this kind of thing attracts many who never played before. In fact, I must admit that some sort of paradigm shift taking place in my own home. Right now, I am so enthused with the new DS cookbook software in Japan that I am making it a point to prepare dinner for my family on my days off. And I have learned that I better focus 100% and forget about all of my job while I'm chopping onions. When I focus on software like this, I know some veteran gamers fear that Nintendo might have lost its passion for traditional video games, or that user expansion products have nothing to do with them. I hope what you have seen and heard so far today shows this is not the case. But more importantly, I would ask those veterans to remember their very first day as gamers. If you are like me, this was an exciting time in life. And maybe a little intimidating because other people were already better than you. And probably even a little annoying because of those who said you are wasting your life. Yes, I had parents too. But new players showing new enthusiasm are the most valuable prize in video games. Because if their early experience is positive, then they can become veteran players one day. Players for life. Today, we are seeing that it is not impossible to expanding the gaming population. So, our next immediate challenge at Nintendo is this: to destroy the psychological barrier that separates veteran gamers from novice players. Above all, we at Nintendo would like to make new proposals so that our products will not be narrowly classified, causing remarks like, this game is for beginners or that one is for co-players. To say it simply, we must accept that games are for everyone. Yes, people will always have different tastes, but everyone can develop a taste for video games. You may think this sounds impossible, but think about the Wii Zapper. It erases the kind of complexity that has always created a high barriers for even casual players to overcome. Now, FPS games don't need to be ruled out anymore, even for the expanded audience. In order to break down the wall of separation, we continue to challenge ourselves to find new themes for video games. We seek titles that are of immediate interests and easily playable by everyone. But at the same time, the contents of these games should be scalable with enough eventual sophistication and challenge for even veteran players. The best game design lets users of all skill levels play together. In a few minutes, Mr. Miyamoto will be out here with a new title that meets that goal. For now, I hope you will join me in one wish for our entire industry. Not only new games forever, but new gamers forever. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Robin. This is my husband, Rigo. We're the Rigo Haas family. We live here in Austin, Texas. For us, a small family gatherings, 30, 40 people.
When we got the Wii, we were able to involve everybody. It wasn't just me sitting there on the gaming console involved in a game. And now we're all getting to do it together. So it makes it a lot of fun.
Okay, now go over there, go there.
Super Mario Galaxy, when we first turned it on, first thing you think is like, wow, the graphics, the interface, how you move around, everything about it was a new experience.
Catch the rabbit.
Catch the rabbit.
Hurry. Go run!
Because you're using both hands and you're steering him with your left hand and then you're shooting
I was
with
second
your
player,
right.
and it was cool because I got to help him, and I got to be kind of like the supporting role.
Andrew, go! Andrew, move! Andrew, you gotta move! You gotta move! I can't hold it! I can't hold it!
She did an alright job.
I did good. I got all the crystals, and I got to stop boulders.
Just the gravity element of it itself gave it a new feeling than anything I've seen before in any of these games.
It was kind of exciting to see to jump into the star and kind of twirl around, and it was like, what's gonna happen? We sort of had that feeling when we were playing, so it was a good time. Brain Age 2 was really fun to check out. I'm so impressed by how many games there are. It's always a challenge every time you turn it on.
I see my mom and even my grandmother picking it up and playing it and getting, challenging each other. So I realized this thing's really for everybody.
Yeah, before Brain Age, the last game I played was Pac-Man. We get really competitive, trying to beat each other. And if he doesn't like his score, he'll erase it before I see it.
Some of the ones that I really have been enjoying are Changemaker and Word Blend, and also Virus Buster. It's supposed to be the relaxing one, but I enjoyed it. Being one of the first families to try out these new games has been really exciting. Everybody in every age range has really enjoyed them.
In Japan, Brain Age 2 is already more popular than the original. That's because it adds to the original with new games and challenges. And let me tell you, until you play this game, you have no idea how hard it is to purposely lose at rock, paper, scissors. It'll be available here August 20th. And your experience with Super Mario Galaxy, I don't know how else to put it. It's over the top. While every Mario game is a classic, in one sense, this is the first worthy successor to Super Mario 64. With varying degrees of gravity and the odd sensation of running upside down across a planet, we believe this game sets a new gold standard for player interface, not just for platformers, but for any game. It will take skill and luck to persevere and to finish. But at the same time, it's instantly accessible even to people who've never played video games. You'll start exploring the galaxy here in the Americas on November 12th. November 12th this year. Still, we know that some of you still wonder about further expanding the game audience. Nintendogs, yes, that was a breakthrough. The Brain games, yeah, they work too. And sure, Wii Sports is the perfect way to introduce everyone to the new system. But how much more can there be? Here's our answer. We're just getting started. Some games, particularly puzzle games, have always bridged boundaries. Picross for DS offers not just hundreds of new picture puzzles to be solved, but also the ability to create your own and share them wirelessly with friends and then download new ones. EA is also lending a unique Nintendo spin to its classic Sims formula with MySims. The appeal is immediately approachable with fully customized characters, clothing, and environments. And it's coming for both Wii and DS. Likewise, anyone who loves singing and dancing is going to enjoy High School Musical from Disney Interactive Studios for both Wii and DS. It's inspired by the two feature films of the same name. And back for a return engagement is the breakthrough third-party hit of the Wii launch period, Ubisoft's Rayman Raving Rabbids 2. It's even nuttier. To date, the software which has probably most baffled game traditionalists are the improvement games. Mr. Iwata admitted that when he first started talking about the Brain games inside Nintendo, even some of the software engineers believed he had lost part of his brain. But with sales of 15 million units around the world, he's looking a little smarter. But can this thing grow? Well, we and other people think so. Our vision training game, to be called Flash Focus here in the Americas, is already available in Japan. Its exercises range from simple visual tests all the way up through baseball batting practice and basketball passing drills to give your eyes a workout. Ubisoft is introducing an inventive range of software beginning with My Word Coach. It combines spelling, word jumbles, definitions, and other vocabulary building exercises. This is one game where your mom may end up schooling you. And this is just stage one in a series. Among titles also in development is My Life Coach, which promises to make not just your vocabulary, but everything better. I mean, how much more can a video game do? Of course, all this stems from the popularity of Wii Sports, with appeal that quickly vaulted from just pure fun to being seen as something far more beneficial.
Player with a computer. They're really being marketed for baby boomers and older adults who want to protect their memories.
You know, whenever our guys are playing Nintendo Wii in our Best Buy Blue Room, they are dressed for success.
We turn to the Wimbledon tournament, played this weekend in a Brooklyn bar.
I was wondering if you would play me on the Nintendo Wii. Huh?
They say you play as well as your competition. Play well enough to beat them. Yeah, so just for fun, man. I crushed you!
The last game we're featuring today takes our big lead in audience expansion and effectively laps the field. Wii Fit is it.
Please welcome Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. 皆さん、日頃からいい汗かいてますか？
Have you all been getting your sweat on lately?
今年ね、僕がこの E3 で皆さんに説明したいのはマリオ・ギャラクシーでもなくて、ファントム・アーグラスでもなくて、マリオ・カートでもない、この Wii Fit なんですね。
The one game that I wanted to introduce to all of you at E3 this year was not Super Mario Galaxy, not Zelda for the Nintendo DS, and not Mario Kart. It's this game, Wii Fit.
で、我々がその Wii のコンセプトを考えたときに次のように考えたんですね。
When we first were thinking up the concept for the Wii, this is what we thought.
で Wii はリビングの中心にあり、で一人でも多くの家族がそれに関わる。そこからね、家族の間のコミュニケーションが生まれる。そしてビデオゲームが家族みんなに関係のあるものになるということですね。
We thought that the Wii would be a device that would be placed in the living room, and as such, it needed to be relevant to everyone in the household. It would also provide new communication opportunities for all members of the family to interact with one another. And it would become a device that would make video games relevant to everyone in the home.
で、このコンセプトにどうしても欠かせないのが健康というテーマです。
And the one subject we felt we had to have in order to achieve this was health.
で、今日は3人のトレーナーの皆さんにね、手伝ってもらってちょっと一部を説明したいと思います。
As you can see, we have 3 fitness trainers with us today, and we're going to have them demonstrate the activities for us.
左から片足ストレッチですね。
Starting with Sharon on the left, doing a one-legged stretch.
ちょっとね、マシンのセッティングがおかしいみたいで、本当はこの赤い点が黄色いエリアの中にね、きれいにこう上手なんで入ってるはずなんですけどね。
So it looks like the calibration is slightly off. You should have the red dot here in the yellow area. You're trying to maintain balance while doing the stretch.
で、ここのバランスを取りながらこの運動をすることで両足に片足の両側の筋肉がすごくバランスよくつくんですね。
So by doing this stretch while maintaining your balance, it will help to build the muscles in your legs that provide balance and stability.
じゃあそのまま続けてってください。
So please continue on, Sharon.
じゃあ次真ん中をやりましょう。
Next we'll go to John in the middle.
これはね、ステップっていう運動ですね。有酸素の運動なんですね。
John's going to be demonstrating an aerobics exercise called step aerobics.
で、これは楽しみながらね、ゲーム感覚でやれる。
The idea is for this one to have more of a game-like feel to it, so that you can actually enjoy doing some of your exercises.
マークに合わせてこう乗ったり降りたりするんですね。
The idea is to match the timing of the icons and the music.
で、そのうちね、水色のが出てきますから、水色が出ると横に降りる。
And you'll see in a little bit, you'll see some blue icons appear on screen, indicating when you need to step not to the front or the back, but to the side, increasing the difficulty.
この周りのミーを見ながら一緒にやってみてください。
So the idea is to watch the Miis around you on screen and match their rhythm.
じゃあその次に行きましょうか。
Finally, we have Josephine.
これはね、体こう左右に
Josephine's demonstrating a sideways twist.
ツイストしますね。
You start by simply twisting your body to the left and right.
この運動もやっぱりマークが出ててね。で、ちゃんとその運動をしてるかどうかっていう確認を Wii の機械がし
Now
ます。
you'll see here that this also includes an on-screen display, and this is again indicating your balance. And what this does is it allows the game to make sure that you're performing the activity correctly.
ごめんなさい、ちょっとなんかマシンの調子が良くないみたいで、さっきまで綺麗に動いてたんですけどね。
It's although it's not moving as smoothly as it should right now.
ぜひとも今日展示の会場で試してみてください。
I hope you'll take a look at it on the show floor today, so that you can get a good idea for how it works.
で、こういう感じでね、有酸素運動とか、それからストレッチングとか、それからシェイプアップとか、それからゲームですね。こういう4つの種類のゲームが40種類以上入ってます。
And Wii Fit features 4 genres of activities: aerobics exercises, muscle conditioning, yoga poses, and some balance games, more fun game-like activities. In all, there's over 40 activities in the game.
じゃあありがとうございました。
Let's give a big round of applause to our fitness trainers today. Thank you.
今彼らが使ってたのがこれですね。
The device that they were using is this.
Wii のバランスボード、Wii バランスボードと言います。
We're calling it the Wii Balance Board.
こう薄いでしょ。
It's very thin.
で、このボードに乗ることでね、あなたのまず体重がこう測れます。
So by standing on this board, it can measure your weight.
で、その体重がどんな風に傾いてるかってことが測れるんですね。
And it also measures how your balance shifts while standing on the Wii Balance Board.
それでこれを使うと体全体を使ったゲームのインターフェースにもなります。
And so we can also use this as a new interface for games that allows you to use your full body movement as control input.
でこれねワイヤレスなんでね部屋のどこに置いても大丈夫です。
And of course it's wireless, so you can use it from anywhere in the room.
じゃあよいしょ。このソフトにはねもう一つ大事な要素があるんですね。こうして今の測るっていう要素ですね。
But there is one more very important element to this software that I'd like to explain to you. And that's the idea of measurement.
体を測ってみましょう。で今日はねレジさんがいるのでレジさんを測ってみたいと思います。
So what we want to do is do a what we call a body check on somebody. So today I think we'll do it with Reggie.
My body is ready.
はい。じゃあ乗ってください。
Okay, Reggie, please stand on the Wii Balance Board.
今こう青いのが動いてますね。これがレジさんの体の動きなんですね。
And you can see the blue mark here moving around. That's actually how Reggie is shifting his weight while standing on the balance board.
じゃあ今日の服装を聞いてきてます。
So are you wearing just a light layer
heavy clothing? Heavy clothing.
じゃあヘビークローズ。はい、セットしました。じゃあリラックスして。
Okay, so just relax.
で自分がこう真ん中だと思う場所に立ってくださいね。
And stand in a position that feels natural to you and centered and balanced.
Bill, should I give you my wallet?
You can give me your wallet anytime, Reggie. Be happy to take that.
じゃあ静かに立っててください。
So stand still.
測ってます。
You can see it's measuring right now.
This is high pressure.
はい、終わりましたね。
There we go. We finished with the
こういう感じ
measurement.
でね、1日1回少し測るだけで大丈夫なんです。
So the idea is that you would do this just, once a day, just a few minutes a day.
ちょっと右に傾いてますね。今これが結果ですね。
And what you can see here is that Reggie's balance has shifted slightly to the right.
お腹はあまり出てないみたいですね。お腹が出るとこうなるんですね。
But looks like he doesn't have too big of a belly, because when you have that problem, then you tend to shift back on your heels.
でこれにねもう一つ大事な要素なんですね。こちらの画面をちょっと見ていただきたいんですけども。
So there is one more important element to this that we'd like to show you. So please take a look over here, the graphs.
こうして家族みんなのこうしてグラフが溜まっていきます。
As you play the game over time, you can actually build up your data and create your own personal graphs, as well as graphs for everyone in your family who's playing the game.
でこうしてこれ何ヶ月も溜まっていくんですけども、これを家族で見比べるっていうのは結構楽しいんですね。
And you can track it for several months, and so it becomes very fun to not only track your own progress, but to compare how you're doing in comparison to everyone else in your family.
これ僕ですけど最近ちょっと上がってましたね。
That was my own graph, but as you can see, it was going up a little bit.
でこれが今スタッフの間ですごい流行っててですね、スタッフは毎日これで見比べながら開発をしてます。だからだいぶこうシェイプアップしてきましたみんな。
Now this has gotten to be very popular with the development team that's working on the project, as they've been tracking their own data over time, and they've actually gotten into a contest to see who can be fittest, the fastest, and they're all actually getting quite slim. It's nice.
レジさんの方に戻りますけどね。
So we'll come back to you now, Reggie.
これでほら体重を表示されたら嫌だっていう人ありますよね。
Now I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, I don't want to play a game that's going to put my body weight up on screen.
これはね安心してください。表示するのは BMI という指数なんです、ね。
But you don't have to worry about that because the number that's going to be displayed is not your body weight, but your body mass index, your BMI.
さあいくつでしょう。
No.
22っていうのがね、大体理想の体型とされてます。
So yeah, Reggie, I think what's considered to be ideal for an adult male is somewhere in the range of 22.
Just remember, muscle is heavier than fat.
Keep that in, I will keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind.
Good excuse ですね。じゃあ、今日はね、一緒にちょっとシェイプアップしましょう。ね。
Well, let's see if we can't do a little exercise together here, Reggie.
Sure.
Now, I think for the sake of making this exercise interesting, it's only fair to turn this into a bit of a competition. And so I think I can safely say that this will be E3's very first head-to-head soccer heading competition ever. First one to 20 points wins.
さっき心配なんですけどね、こうバランスがちょっとおかしかった。
Let's go ahead and stand on the balance boards.
大丈夫かな。よし。
What are we going to play, Bill?
It's going to be soccer. You'll see some soccer balls coming at you. You'll lean left to right. Try to hit the balls as they come flying in. Keep your eye out for other things that may come flying in that you might not want to hit.
さあ、これで20点取りますね。
Yep.
先に。
First one to 20 points. Oh. Uh-oh. This is close. Oh, Reggie's taking a quick lead. 15. 21. Oh my gosh, Reggie.
靴が飛んでくるんですよね、たまに。
Watch out for the cleats.
靴は避けないとダメなんです。
Yes, you got to dodge the cleats or you're going to be in trouble. I think Reggie may have practiced. Oh, panda heads too.
パンダも飛んできますよね。
Oh. Well, it looks like Reggie is completely dominating Mr. Miyamoto here. He's already up at 35. Reggie, did you practice?
レジさんの勝ちですね、これは。
I began today by saying I was happy. But please understand, we're not close to being satisfied. This is a remarkable time for a remarkable industry. There's a huge reservoir of talent, creative minds and business minds fueling our growth. These skilled people work for many companies. But right now, there's also something else at work beyond creativity and salesmanship. It's called leadership. And this is Nintendo's moment to lead. What we've accomplished so far may have increased our market share within our industry, but that's just a secondary goal. Our primary target is much wider. There are 24 hours in every day, and only a small amount of time is available for leisure entertainment. Minute by minute, we intend to steal more of that time for video games. Look around. Podcasts and Flickr and Facebook, video blogs, MySpace, and YouTube. People are no longer satisfied just consuming entertainment. They insist on getting inside it. We are the ultimate interactive experience. The future should belong to all of us. And when that day comes, that video games are accepted as the preeminent form of leisure entertainment by the greatest number of people over the greatest part of the world, then not only will we be happy, we might just be also satisfied. Thank you so much for your attention, and please enjoy E3.
is a controller system that requires physical interaction.
You can do it with Wi-Fi and play games with other people in the area.
Connect to news and photos by Nintendo.
The hottest new game gadget. Put it down.
One of these days, it is the new king of all video gaming.